Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching. The channel's called Ratchet. My name's Andrew, and on this episode of my GT40 restoration, I've got a big box and I'm going to show you what's in it. Run the title. Welcome to the channel if you're new. If you're not, thank you for tuning back in for yet another episode. You can follow me on Instagram, RatchetGT40. Please hit the subscribe button below. Leave me a comment. It's always really appreciated to read what you think about the project, the videos, how things are progressing. Now, on this slightly detoured video, I have had a very special Christmas present turn up. Now, I've been a very good boy in the last 12 months, so Santa, aka Father Christmas, has bought me something quite special. Now, I know what it is, but I've not seen it. So this episode basically going to be unboxing and showing you what's inside. So without further ado, let's get on with it. It was always my intention not to touch the engine. Take it out the car, clean up the chassis, paint it, put the engine back in and address the engine maybe next winter. Now, as you can fully probably appreciate from this project, it has just, one thing has led on from another. So I thought, why not go all out, do it once, do it now, and then that is it. So now the engine's out, I've gone and bought myself some goodies from WEBCON. Now, I've not delved into this box. I have not looked at what's deep within this box. I've opened up the initial outer packaging just to see how well it's been packed. But this is going to be the first viewing for me as well as you guys. But what is in this box is a completely assembled set of Weber IDF48s on one of WEBCON's manifolds, completely set up with the linkage and all of the good stuff basically ready to put on top of my Ford 302. Now, just a quick backstory. I phoned up WEBCON, told them about the spec of my engine, told them that it had been built from a bare block using catalogue parts supplied by Real Steel, basically aluminium heads, a few other little goodies to give me 300 brake and 300 foot-pounds. And they said that these IDF48s would be a perfect addition for the top of my engine. Any slightly lesser spec, they might have gone with a slightly smaller carburettor, but there was something about having the 48s that I really wanted to go for. Now, the reason I went for the Fs instead of the As, there's a couple of reasons really. The main one being streetability and the fact that these IDFs are far easier to tune than the As. The As are, more of a race application where it's either wide open throttle or not at all. So with these Fs, it's far easier to tune them, so it makes more of a streetable application. At the end of the day, these are still going to give me that 8 stack, set up through the back of that window. They're going to sound the absolute nuts, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's inside this box. So let's get on with it. Now this is very, very exciting. Let me pull this out of the box, get it onto the bench, and give you some gratuitous montage shots. As you can probably tell by the look on my face, I'm absolutely blown away by the quality of this kit. These are genuine Spanish Webers. The linkage is a thing of beauty. The manifold fit and finish looks absolutely spot on. And what you'll also notice is the fact it is fully plumbed up, so the hose fittings and everything are also in place. So this really is a bolt-off, bolt-on product. The linkage itself, I can see, is going to work well with how I'd previously routed my new throttle cable. And yeah, it is just absolutely awesome. And this is my carrot. So what my plan is to refit the engine with the existing single Holley carb, because I know that came out of the car in a complete running, built form. So I know that's a working package. So once the car's back together and running, I'll then take off the old single Holley carb and the manifold and then fit this cherry, or yeah, this is the cherry on the icing of the cake. So like I say, this is what I'm going to be striving towards, the day that I can get this manifold fitted up, and I'm hoping it's not going to be too far away. Now, when I do come round to fitting the manifold and all of that fun stuff, I will of course make sure I do document that in its own special episode, because I think it's going to be worthy of that. So yeah, like I say, WEBCON, I know they have parts on the shelf. I know they have manifolds, because there is basically a worldwide shortage. So if you were thinking about pulling the trigger on a kit like this for your 302, for your GT40, for your Cobra, whatever build you might be undertaking at the moment, I thoroughly recommend you get in touch with those guys, chat through your requirements, and within a couple of weeks you'll have a kit sat in your garage, possibly even your living room, because I can see that this is going to be going indoors. And yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. I think the next episode, whatever it is, no idea at the moment, will be back to business. It'll be back to the graft on the chassis. If you have followed me on Instagram, you will have already seen the state that it's in. And yeah, we've got to go backwards to go forwards, as they say. So you can follow me on Instagram, Ratchet GT40, so you can keep up to date with all the latest updates on there. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below, because I think now we're almost in a stage that this thing is going to start going back together. It's going to be, well, if you haven't enjoyed it already, I hope you will certainly enjoy it more going forwards. So up until the next time, I will see you then.